Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am so excited for this video because we're going to be doing a build your own palette using some beautiful single shadows, and the color story is inspired by an iconic moment in my life, a photo that I cherish so much, and that would be this right here. Not to hype it up too much or anything, but this is when I went to New York and I met up with some of my amazing friends here on YouTube. It was just one of the best nights of my life. So just to walk you through the photo, because this is actually going to be a group collaboration, we are all, other than Jen Loves Reviews, because she actually already had her videos planned for this week, so she had to sit this one out. We are all doing a build your own palette inspired by this photo. And in the photo here, to my right is Samantha March. I love her so much. She has such a bubbly personality and she is such a boss. I really look up to her. You might already be familiar with her because she did have a very successful collaboration with Ofra Cosmetics, which I'm wearing a few of those products on my face today. And then to her right is Angelica Nyquist. We're just gonna call her Angie and leave it at that, but she is so full of life, so unafraid to be herself. I just adore Angie. Honestly, she is such a cool friend to have. And then to her right is Karen. She's kind of hiding in the back a little bit there, but I love Karen so much. She has such she's so good. She's just one of those people that are so warm and kind and funny and down to earth. And then kind of to her right a little bit in the front is Amanda, but you probably know her as Makeup Just for Fun because she has the most beautiful Instagram account. She is like the queen of taking product photos, and this was her idea to do the video. And then at the very end we have Jen, of course. If you're watching my channel and you don't know who Jen Loves Reviews is, I don't know how that happened. I'm gonna go ahead and stop blabbering about how much I love these ladies, and I'm gonna jump into the palette. I have a confession, and that is that I don't think I follow the rules for this one. I was a little bit confused. So Amanda said that she was going to do a palette of each person's style in the photo. And then Angie and Karen were talking about like just each person's style overall as people. And then I just kept staring at it and I was like, I kind of just want to take all the elements of this photo and turn it into a palette. And hopefully that's okay. Hopefully I don't get kicked off of the group chat. Here is my little color story, and I'm going to explain as I go through each shade where the colors came from. I feel like some are obvious and some are more hidden details. So the first shade here is called So Pale from Makeup Geek, and I decided to include this because I felt like I needed to do something for Jen's shirt. I just felt like that was one of the colors that really stood out in this photo, and as much as it kills me to put a matte cream color in a palette, I just felt like it went along. And if you're really pale, as the name suggests, this is a great shade for setting your eyeshadow. It basically blends into my skin tone. Okay, so next I have two shades from Divina. This lighter one here is called Gumballs, and then this darker one is Celesta, and these are both kind of golden shades. Celesta is a little bit more of a golden green, but for these two, I was inspired by the backdrop, which was a gold glitter backdrop. So I wanted to do some really beautiful multi-dimensional shadows. I couldn't decide on just one shade. I had to stop and think, where did I even swatch So Pale? Alright, so the next shade here is Meraki from Divina, and this was actually the last shade I chose for the palette, and I was kind of out of ideas. I was looking at the palette and I'm like, what other colors can I really incorporate here? And then I was looking and I'm like, every single one of us are so basic, wearing light pinky nude shades. I think Karen's is a little bit more brown, but overall I just noticed we were all wearing nude lippies. So I thought, what the heck, I'll do a shade that kind of reminds me of a nude lipstick. So there's Meraki. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. The next shade that I have here is Griselle from Cleona Cosmetics, and I just had to include this one because, for one, I know that Angie is wearing it all over her lids in this photo, even though you can't see it. She actually made me buy this. I mean, she didn't force me to, but she's the reason I bought it because I saw it in person all over her lids and it was beautiful. Plus, with her lid space, it was just everything. I think Karen bought this afterwards because of her too as well. When I use this shade, it does make me think of Angie and New York, and it is a beautiful, beautiful glitter multi-chrome. All right, next we have the shade Butternut from Terra Moons, and this is obviously inspired by Sam's shirt, which I felt like was another really prominent color in this photo. I feel like this color story is a little bit odd altogether, but I do love the look that I did today. All right, next we have the shade Neo Blue from Colored Raine, which is a super bright cobalt blue inspired by Amanda's shirt, which again really stands out in this photo. It's a pressed pigment, so it's not my favorite formula, but it can get the job done. Next from Sydney Grace Cosmetics is the shade Deep Waters, and this is a really deep satin blue. This is inspired by us all wearing dark blue denim jeans. I just thought it was kind of funny, and I feel like this is the perfect color for jeans as well. So there is Deep Waters. Alright, last but not least, we have a black shade, and this is inspired specifically by my hoodie. I have a little story to go along with this. This is the shade Corrupt from Makeup Geek. It's the original version, so it's more pigmented than the reformulated version they've done recently, but it's also very dry, but it's one of my favorite black shades ever because it is so pigmented. I mean, look at that. Like, it is crazy. So there is Makeup Geek Corrupt. So like I said, that shade was inspired by my hoodie, my Treat People with Kindness hoodie, because I love Harry Styles and I love him so much. Honestly, I was so anxious about going to New York City by myself. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna take a bus to New York and meet up with some strangers. It's the beginning of a missing persons report, so I was super nervous. I remember originally wanting to pack cuter outfits, but then I was like, no, I just want to wear dark colors. I want to blend in, have turtlenecks on, just because of how anxious I was. I don't know if anyone dresses to their anxiety sometimes. Like, I will go out of my way to not stand out. So the reason I wanted to speak about it for just a second was I look at this photo and I have a physical reminder of the anxiety that I had, but it was so beyond worth it to get out of my comfort zone and do something crazy. And I actually was going to get out of my comfort zone and fly to Florida by myself to celebrate Sam's launch party. Me and Angie were going to be roomies. Almost all of us were going to see each other again, but sadly it got postponed. So until next time, but I just want to encourage you that even if it's scary, sometimes it's worth doing something new and exciting, and you never know what good could come out of getting out of your comfort zone. So just to throw in a little speech, I really love this color story, and I love that it comes from the photo, and I cannot wait to see what everyone else comes up with. So let's go ahead and jump on into this look. Okay guys, so jumping right on in, I decided to zoom you all the way in as much as I possibly can with how my camera is set up, because I did this recently in another video and you guys seem to like it. So I went ahead and started off with my Anastasia eye primer already just to prime my eyes, and I have my palette here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. Whew, I feel like I'm a hot mess. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this shade right here, which is called So Pale. I feel personally attacked. I'm gonna use a little bit of that just to set my eye primer, and the only reason I'm doing that is because I feel like I should use every single shade in the palette. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and take Meraki from Divina, and I'm gonna throw that through my crease. Oh my gosh, that's so pigmented. And then just lightly blending it out. I want to make that color a little bit more intense, so I'm gonna go in with an even smaller crease brush and just really intensify that. I'm going to go ahead and take Colored Raine Neo Blue. I'm going to pop that on my outer V. Just going in with just a tiny little bit because it's a pretty pigmented blue. And then just going to start blending it out. I'm going to go back in with my previous brush and just lightly blend the edge there. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Corrupt from Makeup Geek. Grabbing that on a tiny little pencil brush, and I'm going to use that to deepen up the outer V just a little bit more. And then I'm also going to take a little bit of that shade along the lower lash line, whatever's left over on the brush. I'm going to take out the brush I used before for the blue and just lightly go over the edge there. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take Butternut from Terra Moons, and I'm going to pop that along my entire lower lash line, just kind of blending it out. I'm going to put another shade there in a second, but I want this to be the base. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take a bit of Celesta from Divina, and I'm going to pop that along my lower lash line. It gives the effect that I wanted without actually being glitter. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my NYX glitter primer. I'm going to pop that all over the front 2/3 of my lid. Alright, now I'm going to take Grizel from Cleona, and I'm going to pop that all over my lid. I just realized I forgot to use the shade Deep Waters from Sydney Grace Cosmetics, so I think I'm going to grab a little bit of that and just use that to blend. All right, now I'm going to take Divina Gumballs, and I'm going to put that on my inner corner. Off camera, I'm going to finish up my eyes with some liner, some mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and changed my mind. I added some lashes. I am wearing House of Lashes. You can't even see it there. I'm wearing House of Lashes Boudoir. So for my face today, I thought I'd go ahead and do my blush and highlighter, and I want to pull out my Ofra and Samantha March collaboration products. So this is the Chicklet Blush Duo, and I definitely prefer the matte side just because I am so fair that when I use this, I have to like be really, really careful. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the Start inspired highlighter, and I feel like there might be confusion when I put my little purchased thing here, but I did purchase it originally myself, and then I received them in PR for the like second round of collaboration and the PR one I gave to my mom. So this one I paid for happily. It was the only thing I broke my rules for in the entire year of my 2019 low buy. I knew I had to buy this to support Sam. I think I'm just going to go ahead and mix the two shades together. Look at that glow. Okay, for lips today, I'm going to go into my Vive Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Pan Dulce, which is a really pretty mauve tone. And then to make it a touch more glossy, I'm going to take Millie from Ofra, which is another one of Sam's collab products. And I never use this on its own, but if you take just a tiny little bit, I'm just going to use my finger and tap it into a lip product, whether it be a lipstick, a liquid lipstick, whatever. Probably one of the prettiest lip toppers ever, honestly. Alright, so that is everything for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.